The Denver Broncos have been a bit of a clown shoes disaster so far. 2-3 start, and their head coach, Nathaniel Hackett, who, I don't know, next time you hire a head coach, maybe you should look beyond the qualifications of, oh, Aaron Rodgers likes him. Please. They've already had to hire a game management coach who may need his own game management coach for Nathaniel Hackett. Also, trading for Russell Wilson, a whole bunch of draft picks, as well as giving him $250 million contract with $100+ million fully guaranteed. And Russ may be past his expiration date, man. Like, he may just be hammering those checks for the rest of his career. So it hasn't been great for our old friend, Jumpin' George Paton, former assistant to the regional general manager of the Minnesota Vikings. But, of course, former GM John Elway, still involved with the Broncos as an executive, basically fired himself and hired George Paton. It was like, oh, he stuck his foot into the situation, because it's like, oh yeah, hey, you know that guy Kevin O'Connell, the guy who's developing a really high octane offense with the Minnesota Vikings, is off to a 4-1 start. Also, looks extremely handsome, like the jawline that you can set your watch to. Yeah, we almost hired him. Congratulations. And yes, the Broncos did interview Kevin O'Connell back in the day. January 20th, they completed their interview before the Vikings eventually hired him. But Chris Thomas and Pioneer Press, in an interview with John Elway, which, I don't know, it's Dolphins week, so it makes sense to interview John Elway. In an interview with Pioneer Press Hall of Famer and Broncos consultant John Elway was asked about several topics. He lauded early success of Vikings coach Kevin O'Connell and said it was nip and tuck whether to name him Broncos coach. They hired Nathaniel Hackett. And John Elway, just, former alleged Hall of Fame quarterback, winning 2 Super Bowls. But actually, we do need to give him credit, because he stopped the Packers from winning back-to-back Super Bowls, and for that we thank you. But this is what he said. We interviewed him, O'Connell, last year, and we were really, really impressed with his interview. So it does not surprise me that he's having good success up there, Elway said. He was very, very impressive in the interview process, and it was nip and tuck which way we wanted to go. So I was glad to see that he got an opportunity, and I'm glad to see he's having the success he's having, because he gave a great interview with us. So, I mean, O'Connell's impressive, but Elway, he's doing too much right here. Like, John Elway is meddling, and maybe he's just trying to give props to Kevin O'Connell, but he is certainly not helping his situation. Well, number one, he's undermining his general manager that he selected, or at least had a part in selecting, where George Paton, he hired Nathaniel Hackett over Kevin O'Connell, and is just completely just stirring up the situation. John Elway, John Elway's like, hey, you know this guy who has my job now? He hired this jabroni who can't count on a clock, as well as he traded for Russell Wilson, gave him $250 million, and he ain't working out. Yeah, all that stuff. But see, John Elway, we really like Kevin O'Connell, so I don't know. Well, you can't have him. Actually, maybe you can have him. All right, so 17 first-round picks. Elway, get at us, because apparently this one's for John. I mean John, maybe he's still the de facto GM of the Broncos, and maybe Jumpin' George Paton is just a figurehead. I don't know. I don't know, man. But either way, this was so close, but this is reality. This is reality, man. But your thoughts are thoughts. Elway, the Broncos almost hired Kevin O'Connell as head coach, but instead Broncos country. That's right. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.